The unimaginable has finally occurred, and the internet is currently in a complete breakdown. According to reports, Rasheeda discovered her husband Kirk Frost in bed with Jasmine, and the evidence is a video leak that is going viral on all platforms. The controversy of the year is now what fans once believed to be simply another rumor. Following the release of videos that seem to show Kirk and Jasmine together in a compromising setting, Rasheeda, who has supported Kirk through several accusations of infidelity, was reportedly devastated, disintegrating in hitherto unseen ways. Not even the love and hip-hop cameras were in motion. According to sources, however, this off-camera treachery is 10 times worse than anything that has ever been seen on television. Answers are being demanded by fans. Kirk's empire might never fully recover, and Rasheeda is crushed. The turmoil started on a calm note after this most recent humiliation. An unexpected night in Atlanta for the fans. Rasheeda's world was about to collapse in the most humiliating way possible, while the city was humming with nightlife and music events. She has served as the foundation of her marriage, standing up for Kirk Frost when everything seemed to be against him. Rasheeda attempted to maintain her family's unity with side births and covert relationships. However, there was a difference this time, because this wasn't simply some dubious DM screenshots or another hearsay. This video was a complete leak. The internet claims to have a video of Kirk Frost and Jasmine in bed, the same lady who, years ago, nearly ruined Rasheeda's marriage. Before becoming viral on Twitter, the video initially appeared in a private gossip discussion. Initially, some believed it to be a fake, a look-alike, or a cunning edit intended to cause controversy. Fans, however, were unable to ignore the similarity as screenshots began to circulate. Kirk's tattoos and the identical chain were on the man in the shaky video. He even walked in the same manner. The woman, whose face was barely hidden by the blankets, looked at the camera for... In a split second, it was clearly Jasmine. By the time Rasheeda was informed, the internet had frozen when the Globe saw her grin. The film featured accumulated millions of views already. She was taken by surprise, according to people close to her. The film and the note were purportedly delivered to her by one of her best pals. "Dear sis, before things worsen, you must watch this." And her heart fell when she hit the play button. The little video, perhaps 15 seconds, was plenty to break her heart. Jasmine is leaning onto Kirk, in bed, and the two of them are smiling as if nothing were wrong. Rasheeda reportedly started crying right away. "After everything I've forgiven him for, he does this to me again," she said, dropping her phone. Friends say. The treachery was more profound than never before. This was visual evidence, not only conjecture. Wasn't anything she could ignore, hide from the media, or shield her brand from. It was public, embarrassing, and indisputable. Fans went crazy on the internet in a matter of hours. On Instagram, memes joked that Kirk was the most persistent cheater in hip-hop history, and hashtags like Osh Kirkcott, Oshpoor, Rasheda, and Doster Jasmine wins once again began to trend across platforms. While the internet chuckled, conjectured, and heatedly debated, insiders disclosed that Rasheeda deserved more after years of devotion. Didn't simply stand by and do nothing. She took quick action. According to sources, she drove directly to one of Kirk's rental houses in the middle of the night and demanded answers. Neighbors reportedly witnessed her yelling Kirk's name and pounding on the door. Rasheeda seemed like she was prepared to take down the home brick by brick if he didn't come outside. And when Kirk eventually showed up, the altercation became heated, according to one witness. Kirk was taken off guard and attempted to deny everything, saying it was manufactured or old film, but Rasheeda allegedly hurled the phone at him, demanding to know whether the video was genuine. Rasheeda, however, didn't believe it and said, "Kirk, don't you dare lie to me. For years I have stood up for you. I risked my family, my profession, and my identity for you." You do this to her once again." The problem was made worse by Jasmine's involvement in all of this. She has been the lingering shadow for years. Rasheeda's marriage, the scandal-causing side girl who coerced Rasheeda, was forced to raise a kid that she had not requested, which caused a lasting rift in their relationship. It felt like history was being repeated in the most heinous way when she was shown grinning in a leaked video. However, the narrative continued. Word got out that Rasheeda went live on Instagram following the altercation. Her voice was trembling, her eyeliner was smudged, and she appeared distressed, according to fans. Her cryptic remarks were sufficient, even if she didn't explicitly confirm the footage. When someone repeatedly gives you an opportunity and then spits in your face, you have to consider whether love is still worthwhile. I'm sick of taking the lead. I'm overextending forgiveness. Sometimes it's simply too painful to ignore the truth. Thousands of people screen-taped the live event, but it stopped abruptly, and the internet provided gasoline for the flames once again. There were rumors that Rasheeda was finally finished, that this time she wouldn't let Kirk talk his way out of it, that divorce papers may be the next step. Kirk, however, said nothing. His silence screamed more than any words, denial, or attempt to manipulate the situation. Supporters interpreted it as an admission of guilt and evidence that he was unable to justify his actions. The flames, however, were fueled by Jasmine. She shared a picture of herself on social media with the mysterious words, "Unbothered, always. Have been, always will be." Everyone understood precisely who she was referring to, even though she didn't provide names. Atlanta was ablaze with rumors by night's end. According to industry sources, this controversy has the potential to destroy Rasheeda's image, destroy Kirk's enterprises, and split the whole cast of Love and Hip Hop. Since Rasheeda actually caught him in bed with Jasmine once again, if this video was authentic, the consequences would be harsh, public, and career-ending in addition to being personal. And just when supporters believed there was nothing more Messiah in the evening, there was still another startling revelation. A lengthier version of the film was allegedly circulating, according to several sources. A footage that had not yet been made public. A video purportedly featuring Rasheeda intruding on them. An online frenzy sprung out. That lengthier version does exist, and it would be the most embarrassing video Rasheeda would ever see if it leaked. Fans were certain of one thing: the truth was only beginning to come to light. Atlanta awoke the morning following the incident to nothing except mayhem. What began as a 15-second video leak has now grown into one of the most significant scandals. Hip-hop and love enthusiasts hadn't seen each other in years. Rasheeda, Kirk, and Jasmine were prominently displayed on every blog, gossip page, and YouTube channel. Rasheeda made Jasmine seem bad, and titles said, "Kirk busted again. Wins the second round." However, the reality behind the headlines was much worse than what the spectators were witnessing. Insiders claim that Rasheeda and Kirk's altercation that evening didn't finish with yelling. According to reports, it turned into something much more tragic. According to a source close to Rasheeda, Kirk doubled down after she sought answers, slammed into his denial. He maintained that the video was a hoax, a ruse to defraud him. "Then why does she have the identical sheets we bought together?" Rasheeda pressed harder, but the question was, "Why is your chain according to reports?" Kirk froze on the nightstand. The stillness that followed spoke it all. Rasheeda understood that she was up against more than a rumor. She found herself reliving her darkest nightmare. This time, the treachery struck in a new way. Rasheeda had been caught off guard when Kirk's hidden kid was revealed years prior, when Jasmine initially entered the scene. Yes, it was embarrassing, but she had persuaded herself to forgive, to save her family in order to preserve her reputation as a powerful Black entrepreneur. This treachery, however, had nothing to do with a whispered affair or a secret kid. It was unquestionably visible and captured on film. Worst of all, the same woman was involved, according to Rasheeda's close friends. "You chose her over me again," she yelled at Kirk, flinging her wedding ring across the room. Jasmine was apparently lurking in the shadows, causing even more trouble. "Do you realize what you've done to me, to our family?" Hours after the controversy erupted, she dropped fans quickly made the connection after seeing another mysterious Instagram picture, including a mirror selfie and the remark, "Some things never change." NBOTHERE double quotes. They thought, without explicitly stating it, Jasmine was attesting to the video's legitimacy. With thousands of comments, the post became viral. While some applauded her bravery, others tore her apart for ruining the marriage of another lady. The big twist, however, came after. Insiders claim that Jasmine did more than simply release that little video. She possessed a great deal more. The 15-second clip that went viral was allegedly just the start of a lengthier recording. There were rumors that the entire version had Kirk and Jasmine sharing a bed. As word of these rumors circulated, Rasheeda's The World kept falling apart. Fans started analyzing every aspect of her relationship, with Kirk bringing up old love and name. Looked Rasheeda in the eye and grinned. The little video that was first leaked included Jasmine's face instead of Rasheeda's, and Liv essentially verified that the longer fans were appalled by the concept that Rasheeda's humiliation was captured on camera, and the version featured this dramatic scene. One admirer remarked, "It's not just cheating anymore," pushing the tale into cruel area, suggesting that Jasmine may even use it as fun. "It is torture in public. This is not fair to Rasheeda." Others thought that Jasmine went too far by purportedly retaining video of Rasheeda's suffering, while Kirk's response was both pitiful and desperate. According to reports, he went into full panic mode and called publicists, producers, and even his lawyer to beg that Jasmine not release the lengthier film because he knew that if the material was posted online, there would be no way to get his money back. Fame. But Jasmine wasn't going to back down. She loved the attention and teased her fans with vague clues such, "Next drop coming soon. Keep an eye out." However, Rasheeda was in a downward spiral, and close friends disclosed that she was unable. To the picture of Kirk and Jasmine together, the sneer on Jasmine's face, and the guilty expression on Kirk's tortured her. And she allegedly told one friend, "I can't stop replaying the betrayal in my head. Give up fighting this. Even though I gave this man every opportunity, he still made me the biggest idiot in the world. I'm finished." But it wasn't that easy to leave. Rasheeda's whole reality TV plot hinged on their marriage. Her companies were linked to Kirk, and her family was intertwined with his. Producers allegedly encouraged her to continue filming because they knew the controversy would ratings that are really high. Mona Scott herself reportedly informed Rasheeda that this could be her best season to date, according to some rumors. But at what price? Supporters of Rasheeda started to organize, calling on her to finalize her divorce from Kirk. With captions like, "Sis, get your things together and be a queen," memes went viral. Even celebrities started to comment. On X, previously Twitter, a female rapper made a post. "I'm not sure how many humiliations Kirk received before she recognizes her value. Rasheeda is worthy of better." For a period. Not everyone, however, supported Rasheeda. According to some trolls, she was solely responsible for her actions. As evidence that she had condoned Kirk's actions, they brought up previous videos of her forgiving him. One comment that went viral said, "She stayed following the baby scandal, the infidelity, and the disdain, and now she's sobbing once more." No, she made this decision. The public opinion gap only intensified the drama and made Rasheeda's humiliation even more widely known. In a leaked audio tape, Rasheeda is heard screaming, "You've twice destroyed my life. Avoid me and my family at all costs." "Girl, blame your husband," Jasmine allegedly said, laughing in response. "I didn't coerce him." Fans were rocked by Jasmine's icy remarks. "He came to me. She was obviously not going to back down, and she didn't think of herself as the monster Kirk was. But here's where things took a turn for the worst. Fans conjectured that Jasmine had been paid by someone close to the actors to release the video at the ideal moment, and that it was a calculated attempt to increase the number of viewers for the notion that this was more than just a messy affair. Added a whole new dimension of interest to the incident, while others spoke about rivals of Rasheeda's boutique company attempting to destroy her image. Wasn't there? He reportedly went into hiding, avoiding fans, reporters, and even his own family. According to one source, he told a buddy, I can't reveal my face just yet. As the days went by, his silence just served to stoke the flames, with followers pulling him further and further online. The whole world hates me. The entire globe awaited Jasmine's next move. Would she actually release the entire video, or would Rasheeda be able to leave this time? The anticipation became intolerable as followers updated their feeds hourly, wondering whether Kirk would somehow maneuver his way back into her life once more, waiting to see whether Jasmine would ultimately pull the trigger. Rasheeda knew in her heart that her marriage, her brand, and her dignity would all burn to the ground if that tape was released. And when the internet started to get excited, a startling new development surfaced. Rumors circulated that Kirk had been having affairs with other women besides Jasmine. The issue was not abating as another name began to circulate, along with another lady, secret, and possible video. It was only getting started. Atlanta's rumor mill was sparked by rumors of a second lady just when it looked like the inferno couldn't get any hotter. Yes, while fans were still in shock over the leaked video of Kirk and Jasmine revealed a fresh name, someone who was totally unexpected, and the link this time went directly to yet another cataclysmic betrayal. Screenshots of Kirk allegedly fooling about with a lady known only as Tasha started to circulate in fan groups and gossip blogs. The specifics were vague, but one thing was certain. Evidently, this woman was already speaking and offering her own receipts. If you thought Jasmine was the only one, think again. Read an anonymous blog post that swiftly gained widespread attention. Nobody is aware of how deep Kirk's web of falsehoods extends. Within hours, fans were making assumptions about who this Tasha was, and I had the proof. Others said that she worked behind the scenes on the Love and Hip Hop set, that she was a model who was seen with Kirk at a lounge in Atlanta earlier this summer, and that she had been a close friend of the Frost family for a long time, which made the betrayal much more painful. The site implied that Tasha's receipts weren't merely texts or messages, but this is where things went totally bonkers. Films, as well. Supposedly, there were clips that made Jasmine's leak seem easy. Fans instantly went crazy, demanding explanations. Is this another setup? How many women does Kirk have? Is Rasheeda aware of this? In the meantime, was descending. Perhaps blaming it on old footage, she had been hanging on to some hope of surviving the storm after the first video. Insiders claim that after learning of Tasha's participation, Rasheeda closed herself in her bedroom and refused to talk to Kirk producers or even close friends, possibly persuading herself that it was just another setup by Jasmine. One claimed insider reported that she simply could not stop weeping, saying, "If this is true, then my entire marriage has been a lie. With this man, everything I've created has been phony." Kirk, meanwhile, was in full panic mode and reportedly contacted Rasheeda repeatedly to urge her to listen to him, claiming that the allegations concerning Tasha were untrue. Meanwhile, the more because in Atlanta, once many names begin to circulate, the truth is rarely far behind. To make things worse, Jasmine chose to further twist the knife. The more he denied it, the more the streets seemed to believe he was lying. She returned to the internet and posted something mysterious. "Are you upset with me? Hold on until the next female talks." The internet went crazy after just one post. Was Jasmine complicit in the arrangement with this new woman? Then you'll truly know who Kirk Frost is. Was Jasmine only stirring things, up to keep the attention on herself? Or were they both conspiring to harm Kirk? Rasheeda's admirers rallied behind her more than ever before, but even they were starting to question how much more she could take. The memes, which featured Rasheeda sobbing with comments like, "This ain't a marriage," became more and more crude by the hour. "It's a circus." Others posted comments like, "Rasheeda, enough is enough," urging her to finally go. "Keep him from dragging you." No longer. However, Rasheeda's family was reportedly incensed, so the drama didn't end there. Producers rushed to keep her off camera out of concern that the scenario might turn into a full-on brawl, but then came the ultimate twist. Her mother, who has never been afraid to approach Kirk in the past, allegedly threatened to go over to his studio and haul him out herself. An audio tape purportedly showing Kirk and the enigmatic Tasha was released, and in it, a guy who was thought to be Kirk said, "Rasheeda can't find out about this. This time, she will truly leave me." Then, "Keep me a secret, baby," the woman on the other end said, laughing. "You'll be unable to remain away." Rasheeda's life was falling apart in real time, and the pressure on Kirk reached a breaking point when the tape went viral and rekindled the controversy just as viewers were beginning to regain their breath. Breaking point. According to industry sources, companies were already re-evaluating their collaborations with Rasheeda's boutique because they were concerned that the controversy would damage her reputation. Rasheeda's livelihood was at stake, not just her marriage. Kirk, embarrassed and cornered, made a last-ditch effort. Sources close to Jasmine said that when he called her personally to urge her to stop sharing film, she laughed in his face and said, "You made your bed. Lay in it now." Tasha hadn't even finished speaking yet, but her silence just added to the fear, with fans speculating that she was waiting to make the largest impression, possibly even negotiating a deal with producers to show her receipts. On the upcoming season of Love and Hip Hop, Rasheeda's family was rocked by the idea of a second controversy before she had even fully healed from the first. Friends implored her to go, but everyone knew in the back of their minds that Rasheeda's choice would rely on one thing. She was left in the middle of it all,